we said the prediction would be it. Chiefs want to wrap this one up here, Rusty. The nexus is exposed, and now Chiefs are 5-0.
Alderic, I'm the support for Chiefs. I remember I was like 16 or something. I was at like an EB Expo with like a couple of my friends. We were watching like the World Finals of like SAT playing. That's when I like decided that like, oh, this is something I would want to do. But the moment I actually like tried to pursue it was probably when I got my first team offer. So that was like 2017 or something. Playing at Worlds was like a pretty big eye-opener because like playing in Australia, like the competition is a lot weaker, obviously, compared to like world-class teams. So it was pretty eye-opening to like get stomped at the end, towards the end anyway. Took a lot of lessons from that, that's for sure. Living in the last gaming house was definitely different to other gaming houses I lived in, like the Peace one. I think I'll like this one a lot more. It's pretty easy to get along with teammates because I've known them all for like a long time. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like even when I didn't play someone this year, I was still confident I was the best support in the entire region, even though I wasn't playing. Going undefeated would be really nice, but that's pretty hard, so. But I think that's probably one of the goals, yeah. I've got something to say to Peace. Violet, I'm going to show him that I'm the better part of the bot lane from last year. Show everyone why I carried him. Didn't really talk about not playing this split, so sorry about that. But I'm back, so I'm here to win. Taking it very seriously. To the Chiefs, it's probably a pretty big change because Dracula was like the face of the organization like for a while. Loved by a lot of people, but I'll make sure that this change is worth it.
Alderic, huh? He's all right.
Ali!
He's pretty good. He's actually really aggressive in the Rift. Not really on camera, as you could see. I was hoping for someone to like...
He is aggressive.
Like, "Roar," but we didn't get it. Everyone's real relaxed tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
What is vibing?
And mate, it's day 1 of 3.
We just
We've got to buy our time.
guess so. We're just taking it easy, nice and smooth for the
Turbo chilling.
first day of this Super Week.
Omega
of course.
chilling.
Goomba
Super
chilling.
Week.
What do we do?
It's these pauses that I don't get it, man.
I'm just getting old. My brain turns off sometimes now. Either way, look, let's start
Pawsy
talking
Pete.
teams. Let's have a look at
Pawsy Pete.
the Chiefs first. Of course, we just heard from Alderic, that man on the right looking schmick-as, honestly. But Tally, I think he's unschmickable.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to go
What?
somewhere and then I got really worried about what words I was going to use. And then I stopped saying words. Rusty, this is Chiefs, but we're going to look at Order as well. Now, tell me about Order, because they are on the back foot. They don't have the head-to-head. They need to win this game to make it even and have a chance in that third round.
Yeah.
But what are they going to be able to do today against the undefeated Chiefs to make that happen?
Well, I'm really expecting to see a big carry performance from their bot lane, right? If you remember the last time these teams faced, it was the Nocturne Lissandra combo highlight reel made by the Chiefs, but I think the meta for bot has shifted a fair bit since then into enabling Zeri to exist, right? Into adding extra ADs into the champion pool, Twitch one of those.
Yeah.
That like diversifies the options that I feel like Order have, and I would love to see them just go for the Zeri Yuumi, give Chiefs whatever they want, pick the best carry comp yourself, and let Puma actually 1v9. That's absolutely, I think, my way. If I was Order, I'd come into this game to try and win, because Biopanther Topoon can absolutely nullify each other. If it comes to a Bio, very good at that, and then you can just play towards ganking for mid to bottom.
I feel like, look, I really want to see some Belbeth today, or at least this week. I just don't see either of these junglers being the ones to do it.
Goodo can. I think
Goodo
Kitty
can?
said Goodo's been playing it in solo queue. And Viego is literally, anyone who plays Viego can play Belveth. That's my take.
I got a snippet from Tally, and I asked, will we see any Belveth? And he says, if Arthur plays it, I won't be happy. That's all I got. So,
I won't be happy.
yeah.
Ooh, strong.
We don't want Tally to not be happy. The man's always
we
smiling.
like it.
Otherwise, his camera just falls off, and you get a little bit
saw
worried.
the damage he could do
He can deliver it.
to webcams. He had a good crack at one last
Yeah,
week.
mate.
But look, you know, for this game at least, what are we expecting from Tally? Because he's been having some big performances there in mid.
Well, like what I found interesting actually, as a bit of an abstract stat, was from last week. Arthur and Tally had a 100% first blood rate, so it really seemed to be like the catalyst for their success. It would just drive through them. Parallel that with Puma and Corporal, they had 100%. There were only 4 players in the entire league, all of last week of week 4, that really got it done. That really sort of drove home that early game aggression to net themselves the first blood. So I'd imagine you're looking at Tally, looking to try and play once again some control, some scaling, get these huge CS leads. He's usually up by like 20 CS by a 10 to 15 minute margin. Happy days.
Actually have someone on the line that not only gets CS leads really easily, but also has the record for the most CS. That's Puma.
Oh.
So let's bring him on. Puma, how are you feeling, knowing that you are the best CSer in all of the LCO?
I don't really have much of an opinion on that. I don't really focus on farm. It sort of just happens at this point.
You just don't miss, right? It's just mechanics at the end of the day. Now look, going up against Chiefs, you get a rematch. They won that first best of 1. Obviously, you guys are prepped. You ready to take them down today? Are you focused more on this game this week, or sort of the ones coming up because they would on paper be easier for you guys to get a W?
I think we're taking every match the same amount of preparation. We obviously want to beat Chiefs, but we all know it's a tough task. But I still hope that we can just play well, and that's all I'm hoping for this week.
Okay, up against Raze, do you see yourself winning lane? I feel like he's one of other than yourself, you and him would be right up there with ADCs for this league. Difference is you got Aladoric there now as opposed to last split. Is that a little bit scary, knowing that Aladoric can just hit the trigger and just engage at any given moment?
I don't know. I play with nameplates off, and I sort of play without thinking who I'm versing. So it's just I'm versing a certain champ rather than a certain player, and that's how I approach the game, at least.
Okay, now yesterday, quickly before we wrap the interview up, yesterday was National Stay Out of the Sunday. So who on your team has just been staying inside the longest? Who's the palest? Who's been playing too much League?
Maybe Corporal. Just because even before we left for Korea, he decided to stay in for I think it was 3 weeks, and he used to wear a mask while he was playing League in his own room, so probably him.
And look, he's got no hair to protect him from the sun at the moment as well, although it has been raining like crazy. Either way, look, we'll let you go and get ready for the game.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Also, the mentality of champions are champions, right? They're not players.
Yeah.
Is something that I've always subscribed to as something that I would say to people when I was coaching as well, right? You approach a matchup like it's champions. It has finite limits, so you can still play certain things accordingly. It doesn't matter who you're against or the rank diff.
That's something I need to do, is literally just turn nameplates off and just,
And all chat.
Let them
definitely
be.
plays in
And
your
all
subconscious.
chat, true.
Yeah.
Before we look at our predictions, you guys get those Twitch points in. It's time for the fan vote. We want to know which way you think this one's going to go. Very important for Order to win. Chiefs, look, I feel like they could, give a charity win to a team at some point. That, or they are just looking for the complete clean season. Although every time we've spoken to Chiefs, they haven't said that is what their focus is. It's just play as well as they can, get ready for playoffs. They're focusing on Worlds. They want everything. And they don't want to show their hand too early either. But look, we all believe that the win streak is going to continue today. Rusty, how's it feel being at the bottom of the prediction table there?
All right. You can brag for now, Mac, but eventually you're just going to give in and go underdogs, and it doesn't matter.
Max, that's a menu pog moment right there.
I will see you at the bottom eventually.
This is my first time not at the bottom for a very long time.
Hey,
So
we
all of a
celebrate
sudden,
that. True.
We take
predictions
those.
matter.
We take those.
We definitely
He
take
suddenly
those.
cares so much more.
That's
Next
it.
week, he's
That's it.
going to hide his predictions.
It was like,
No
no,
one's gonna
this
know."
team's going to win. This game's ready. This is Champ Select. Get ready. Final game of the day.
Thank
Happening
you
right
so
now.
much. Thank you so much. It's going to get to a point where he's going to be starting to, DM our producer
I'll
and say,
start
these are
asking
my
chat.
secret production
Yeah,
routes.
we'll switch roles.
Here we go, though. So, what takes place here in this draft fight? Chiefs up against Order, the match you've all been waiting for, the final game of the night. A blank pick. Does that mean it's Belveth? It is Belveth. It's confirmed. So that is a
Okay.
first pick Belveth, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned Goodo has been playing this. A big shout out to Kitty for being on the pulse, trying to get Challenger. Has seen it in
Sure.
solo queue plenty of times. So Belveth, first pick here from Order. Really makes you wonder what goes with it, because we spoke about the synergy of a Sejuani combo. Chief's not going to allow that to exist. And what you would like to see is if you treat the jungler like she needs lanes to set it up. You're looking for like your Aries, Lysandras, mid lane, etc. to find you those angles. You're also looking for things that can do the same top. So this is going to be another one of those champions. Ornn can have good setup. However, Ornn versus Sejuani is one of the biggest like disincentivizers for wanting to even look at top. So the Sejuani stock's a little bit lower in that like you're looking at an Ornn saying, well, what's the point? Why gank you? What's the point?
What is the point? But you know, ultimately carries can certainly flourish in that regard if they were to play towards those lanes. This is going to be exciting, right? Because we did compare that, you know, Bel'Veth definitely has similar tendencies to that of a Viego. Shout out to Kevy, obviously. That's why they're flexing the Evelyn.
The Kevlin.
Yeah, both teams cracking up about that one. But I would say that, you know, Bel'Veth, given that we have seen a tendency to play the Kraken Slayer, is much more akin to wanting an Enchanter, right? Wanting some of those buffs.
Yeah, like Yumi's, etc.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also Blade of the Ruined King being rushed left, right, and center. So we'll see actually where he chooses to go with items as well. Very curious. Lots of questions about Bel'Veth, as we will have plenty of time to talk about the champion when we get onto the Rift, and I'm excited to go through that one. We've seen the Seraphine ban again. We've seen the Yuumi ban again. Skimmy, we've now seen a Renata taken off the list. Lots of enchanters being taken away. Also, the Renata is more like a peel disengage enchanter. I'm curious what their 5th ban will be from the Chiefs, because you could go down the path of like the Lulus, etc. now that the Yuumi is gone. Or you're just going to take away a Nautilus or something, right? Or Rakan, perhaps? I feel like Rakan's that nice, like...
What I'm wondering, because in recent games, Corporal has been almost resigned to playing these enchanters.
Yeah.
So do you ban away something like a Karma for some speed to try and get you into the fray of things, to try and catch down the Chiefs?
I don't think you'd ban Karma. Draven, actually.
Okay.
Taken away here by Puma. It's interesting because Zeri's already been removed. Kallista's already been removed. So
look at Raze though. He's
yeah.
like, okay, I see the respect.
It just makes you wonder exactly where they'll choose to go next, right? Like, is it an Aphelios that they're just going to lock in? Aphelios can play with
Tristana,
like
obviously still there. Can't forget Twitch, obviously, as well.
The Chiefs make sense. They're just going to go Kai'Sa and presumably Nautilus, but it's really Order's composition that we're going to be looking forward to here and seeing where on earth do they go. How do they make this composition work? Ornn's good engage. Braum, actually, if I was the Chiefs, maybe it's a 5th pick Braum, which, to be fair, that's not exactly Alidoric's identity at all.
No.
But the Braum pick, usually if you're going to go Ornn first 3 or 4, 5 bans, we'll get rid of the Braum, because that just counters your ult. This could be a reason why the Draven's banned.
If you're really keen to flex your individual ability, that would be laying down the gauntlet. And Puma has secured it. He's taking the Vayne into the Kai'Sa. The Tahm Kench is interesting. I feel like Tahm Kench also has a really good synergy with the Bel'Veth for the setup, the Tongue Lash, the kills on. That's all you really need, right? I almost imagine that Bel'Veth is similar to an Udi in the sense that you could run Ghost, you can go Flash, but Ghost tends to be the preference. You just want that uptime, and the Tahm Kench could give that. Obviously, gives you the protection too. If Chiefs look for the one-shot combo with a Lysandra and a Viego, one Devour, and off you go.
I still feel like it's a Braum angle. Of course, Rel can fill a similar playstyle specifically into the Tahm Kench as an individual counter, right? Removes the shield. So that's certainly an angle here for the Chiefs. We've seen this from them as well. But like we spoke about, while I can say the word Braum with confidence, I don't say Alidoric Braum in the same sentence. This is what we're expecting from the Chiefs. This is their identity. That's where they're going to go. Order, I can't help but feel like their composition, Skimmy, is too many cooks type of comp. They've got damage from jungle, who is Bel'Veth, just so no one's confused. Damage from mid, from long range, which is Kisei on Corki, and now Puma going the hyper carry close range outplay champion. They've got a lot of it. But how do they actually get into these fights and make it work, right? That's the question. Do they just kite back and make the Chiefs come into them? Because that's so dangerous into a Lysandra Rakan.
It's kind of what it warrants, though, from what we're seeing here, right? It's basically saying that we have triple carry set up, we have the damage, we just need the time to shine, to showcase what we can do to try and take those 1v1s, or at least whittle you down with all that harass. But as you say, I mean, this is a bread and butter composition for Chiefs. This is literally 3/5 of what they ran against Mammoth in their last game of week 4.
It's plug and play. It's expected from them. It's aggressive. It's team fight oriented. It's got an early game strength to it. It enables Alidoric to work with Arthur to get around the map, set up vision control, and look for those angles. I guess for me, what I'm looking at with Order, and this is something we'll have to explore as we get into the game, is Vayne's got the side lane angle, right? Vayne's got the side lane threat as time passes, and it means that they're not just going to look for the front-to-back fights. There'll be a period of time where Biopanther may actually even just group with the team and protect Corki as he clears waves, while Puma's just trying to go crazy in 1v3's bottom and 1v9 in Nexus.
Such a crazy
Which Puma
circumstance,
will.
though. I mean, he will. He's been in the form of his life right now.
It's the Puma incident.
It's
Every split, you'll get the Puma incident where he'll just lock in Vayne and does not care about comp and nothing matters but him getting that Vayne game in.
He sees an angle and tells the coach, nah, we're locking it in. Have faith. Have trust.
He sees an angle no one else has ever recognized as real or human, but Puma finds a way.
Vayne looks good here.
Yeah.
Lock it in. But here's a concern, though. As you quite rightly point out, right, there isn't anywhere near as much engaged compared to what Chiefs have to try and make things look as easy as possible for them. There was a quick recap. There we go. So Belveth is locked in. We had to wait until the very last game of the day, the game of the day, potentially, between two of these very heavy hitters. A grand final rematch of Split 1. We're doing it again. And Chiefs last time certainly speed ran that match. They finished it in 22 minutes. And Auto, no doubt, will be looking for revenge, but also for showcasing that they are looking ever so strong on a brand new patch. Let's load into the Rift then for game number 4 to close out the night. And a chance to see just what this champion has to offer. I'm very excited about this one. I'm very excited also to catch up with the coaching staff of Order. Ceres, welcome back.
Thank you, Skimmy.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been better, I could say. Got hit with one of those super flus and been recovering, but much better now.
Ah, gustful. Terrible to hear, mate. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. I'll start off with a bit of an easy question then. So, a bit of a super week for you boys. Every game up against one of these heavy hitter top 4 teams. So, tough week ahead. But which one are you most excited for?
Probably none of them. I'm not really thinking about them in terms of like, each game matters more or less than the others. I think we're equally paced and ready for all of them. And we're treating them all, as learning opportunities in regular season games.
Vibe check quickly on the fact that we got a Belveth. We were definitely toying around the idea of if we'd see it today. We heard from Kitty mentioning they could have been spamming a fair bit of it. What's your take?
Yeah, I think Belveth is just too strong, right? It's been nerfed consecutively 3 times, not on the patch that it's been nerfed on the patch that we're seeing as well. Then again afterwards, and yeah, I think the champion is just inherently too strong, and hopefully we can see a little bit of what it can offer.
I'm really excited to see what it can deliver in this first game to close out tonight. Series, get well soon, mate, and we'll catch up. Good luck.
Cheers, appreciate that. Cheers up.
See you, mate. All right, let's get into it. We'll talk about Belveth just a little bit because we're going to be in the early stages of a jungle clear, and what you would expect from both Viego and Belveth is nothing but farming. We have to look at, first of all, how quickly Goodo gets through all of his camps because he's not going to have a big leash or support from bottom lane. It's a Vayne Tarm Kench. They don't want a leash. They need to start in lane, and it's already not going to go well for them. So the sooner they get to stay in lane, the better. Nice little dodge there, however, means they will get a nice trade back. So, Belveth with an almost solo starter. Blue's going to go all the way down towards the 6 camp clear. He wants level 6, wants 8 minutes to Rift Herald. That's really the objectives here. If you don't know what she does, no one knows what she does. She's complicated. But she has 4 dashes. You can see the sign, the circle next to her name. That is each individual direction. She has 4 dashes that she can use. Every time you use an ability, you get 2 extra faster attacks. That's really what you're going to see from her. Beyond that, it has like an allow EQ, but it's actually a knock-up. If that connects, and the E, you just saw the rapid fire of the abilities. That kind of summarizes as best you can all of these skills she has. The real thing you're looking at is if she gets Herald, she becomes overpowered for 300 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it. Summons Voidlings everywhere is just unstoppably strong.
But that's where we draw the comparison between the likes of her and a Viego, right? Because if she gets a takedown, then she can claim their soul, much like a Viego can claim their soul, to become that empowered true form, right? The endless banquet of just becoming an absolute terror in the night to talk about. Obviously, another talking point, be it her passive, right? The Lavender stacks. So she kills those big monsters in the jungle, she gets a takedown, she gets more permanent attack speed to talk about, hence why Kraken Slayer seems to be such an attractive option that you can just be that scaling carry threat.
Yeah, scales absolutely insanely. So 100%, the more she can clear, the better she's just naturally going to be. As Corporal is going to take a whole lot of damage here to stop the base from raising Aladoric, which is really bad for Order because they don't need to base. They were looking for a cheat recall. Instead, they've been gifted a 300 health advantage. So they can just stay and continue to win harder. Another thing here for Order as well, Skimmy, is double cleanse from both carries of the team in Kisei and Puma. Makes a lot of sense into Sejuani, Viego, Lissandra, stun-based champions, but it is really hard to cleanse out of Rakan. So that is the one unique point that the Chiefs have. Cleanse is not going to save you from the Charm knock-up combo. And that's really the big crux of their team fighting strength that you'll see from them. However, this does lend really strongly towards Puma going towards the side lane. So I was expecting to see the cleanse from Puma. If he goes into a side lane, Sejuani can't ult to engage anymore. You can't ignite early either, because the cleanse could have double value. That's something to look forward to if you're an Order fan, is seeing Mr. Pumayushi go into the side lanes.
It sort of fuels the idea as to why it is so strong in this composition, right? You talk about the CC, but you definitely want to make sure that the likes of Lissandra, we didn't see anything. Lissandra and
Everyone saw it. Double emotes.
Lissandra and Viego don't want their resets. They don't want their souls. They don't want to try and win the fight as a result, right? We saw already earlier today. We've seen this combo be played throughout the LCO, the split. They get that first kill, and the wheels come tumbling off.
Lots of snowball that could be seen there. A really patient, slow start to this game. You know, looking at both jungle champions, it's always nice for Gudo in this case. But Puma, if he is farming well, is pretty happy with it. However, is already down, you know, 2 waves of difference. Top being an isolated tank matchup is honestly whatever. This is kind of like what we spoke about from draft. You pick Sejuani, Viego, the enemy team picks Ornn, you're like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, if I want to get myself fed, then I'll go up there. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. They both just coast in lane. Bio has a very large advantage by being able to purchase items. But realistically, they're both just hanging out. Top Moon very much needing to base here.
That'd be an interesting talking point as we sort of set the stage for what this game could entail, right? We definitely talk about a Vayne and a Corki being those champions to look forward to in the later stages. So I might have to hold that point for 2 seconds as the kill attempt could be possibly on here. Grand entrance goes out, Puma to target, Puma cleanses, but still falls on down. Arthur would love to claim that soul for some HP, but gets Abyssal Dive upon, gets knocked up twice in a row, as Gudo's here for that first gank and that first kill, flashing on forward, wants to get more, wants to claim your soul. But Alidoric can just get away.
Yeah, Gudo flashing forwards and just kind of walking alongside them was very confusing. I didn't see much there from him overall, but they're going to push this wave in, they're going to crash it and be perfectly happy with the overall trade. But at the end of the day, Puma suffering there, both summoner spells gone, means that absolutely the Chiefs will be looking towards this lane, especially if Alidoric ticks over to 6. And Ray's feeling very good for himself. However, Gudo gets the kill, is able to get the Noon Quiver going straight towards the Kraken Slayer build, looking to maximize his damage output. And if anyone wants to get killed on this team, you're happy with legitimately any of the 3 carries, Gudo is just one of them.
I guess that cycles back into the point I was trying to mention before, right? Given that Chiefs have this track record of finishing games in a very quick fashion, we see the Order have all these carries from start to finish. How can they really look to try and come online? Well, I suppose that answers the question right there.
Good counter gank will go a long way, that much is for certain. Just going to continue to play the game out, however, continue to farm. A small moment of action definitely between a quiet, farm-heavy lane state. 7 minutes and 15 seconds does mean that Rift Herald is up in 45. You have to look towards how these teams want to play around the objectives. I wouldn't be surprised to see Corporal roam and isolate Raze and Puma in a 1v1. That's definitely favorable for both of them in reality, where levels are pretty important for both Puma and for Raze. And usually around this time is the level 5 point for support, so they're not going to have the ultimates to have a massive influence at the Herald fight. That means that Tahm Kench is evenly matched with Rakan for engage. But because they had the kills and the experience lead bottom, they actually do tick 6. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chiefs just walk straight up. Level 6 advantage is huge for them. Translate this immediately into a Herald taken with no contest, because Puma and the rest of Order, rather, is too far behind in experience tempo.
And it's huge on a twofold, right? Because not only does it get you further ahead, it also denies Gudo from getting that desirable true form acquisition. Would love to get that Herald. Not going to be given that idea. Won't be that much stronger to play around with. So Chiefs have tempo. They got lanes to roam around. Tapoon and Telly both here able to try and make fight happen. Now,
Corporal has used his W, however, to get over this wall.
he has. They're looking to try and isolate out Raze in a 1v3.
Teleport.
Make it more. In comes Alidoric. There's the teleport. Agron towards Corporal, copying so many turret shots. And there is the quickness. A dash on through and make it a double. They're looking for Puma, looking for the plasma stacks, and looking to rain down hot fire from afar. I don't think he has the missile. Puma certainly copping a beating.
And Ray's no ultimate on the back half of that, so no chance they're going to be able to follow through with the second kill. Biopanther very much out of position there, has to flash also. Just a nice run from Tally, able to get an extra summoner spell out. And suddenly the Chiefs, they'll get the objective. They'll defend the dive bottom. In fact, they'll come out ahead from that dive. And then they'll get summoner spells off Biopanther as well. Everything going right for them in one moment.
It's huge. There is no answer for Order there. What would have been a trade, what would have been a response to the Herald being picked up? Non-existent. Hugely well done there by Chiefs. And you can see that Gudo was just holding away for as long as he can. Waiting for his bot lane to come on through. And donate that farm back into the rightful arms there of Puma. But top lane has been exciting, right? It's had its moments where it certainly could have exploded. And we've seen Tally be very keen to try and force out some ganks. But that might be as exciting as it gets when it comes to an Ornn and a Sejuani matchup.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, one point of difference between Ornn and Sedge is that Ornn wants the experience, right? Wants to hit level 14, 13, start stacking up those ornaments for his team. Corki Ornn, huge win condition in that respect. Vayne's dueling, obviously just getting an extra 1,000 gold, approximately value worth of items there from it is nice to have. And it means that like getting to that point with an even game is actually just being ahead. Getting there behind is catching up to even. So things still good for Order overall. Sacrificing objectives, not an issue for them. It feels really bad because you've got Gudo who wants to secure those objectives, and that's kind of a part of the counterintuitive nature, it feels like, of this comp overall. They're not here to contest the objectives for Gudo to succeed, but they are still scaling really nicely for the whole comp to be really powerful, though execution, as we have highlighted a couple of times now, isn't perfect.
Certainly isn't a comp built to try and do what Shyvana wants to achieve, right? Which is a lot of priority on the map to rotate and guaranteed dragons can be stacked up rather efficiently. Regardless though, they are still scaling, as you highlight. Going to be very content 11 minutes into this one that, the goal is fairly even. Second Drake is here, so Chiefs going to go straight towards that one, and that'll be 2 to their name.
Gudo really wasting a lot of time up there in that bush. It felt like maybe he thought he was counter-ganking, but there's a Drake, so there's no shot he thought that. Just kind of hovering top lane. Had camps to take. That's the reality here, right? Didn't go for his Raptor camp before the Chiefs were able to steal this one away. Didn't actually pass from top side to bot side. In fact, Herald's going to be summoned here after the Raptor camp's taken.
No time wasted.
Extra money. It looks like Kisei's got a package, actually. There's no objective for this package to be used for. This feels really off.
Biopamp is actually almost dead topside as well. Just going to try and hard force a play in the mid lane. Tally is low, but never felt like a play that was ever going to substantiate.
Yeah, congratulations. You made the Lissandra reset after they made the 320 gold. Your top lane is also basing and is going to lose plates to a Demolish proc. There's no actual winning from that situation. Grabbing the Corki package just to get back to lane faster is what it felt like. It's not a teleport Corki, so I get that, but what that also means is your next package is not going to be up for either objective. Neither the Herald in 2 minutes, nor the Drake in 4 minutes. So you just don't have the Corki package until Soul Point.
No doubt as a result then, side lane pressure becomes their focus, and where they'll be looking to try and achieve the bulk of their trade back into those objectives being acquired here by the Chiefs. I'd love to see how Bio got so low. It was on blinking health bars up there top side. And it's been the war of attrition. Well, let's go back into the mid lane where Tally is certainly farming up a storm. He's got the Leandries online nice. No Everfrost is a big talking point here, right? The fact that there isn't going to be the supportive capabilities. It's all about raw AP damage.
Tell you what, he can chase him down with his Ghost. He's of course got Unsealed Spellbook here, so he's able to cycle through those summoners constantly. Yeah, no Everfrost, so a little bit less setup. Doesn't need it in reality, Is the sole AP threat of the team, so just maximizing his cooldown reduction and ability haste, while also dealing a bit more scaling damage into a lot of health tanks there from Atam, Kenshin, and Ornn.
Good on the hunt right now, looking for the knock-up. Won't find it as he's consumed his charges to dash ever closer towards the Pym. Kill threat's gone.
Kraken Slayer also really insane with Velvet's innate kit as well, right? Every second auto attack or every other auto is bonus true damage. Every third auto then is going to be true damage from Kraken Slayer. Gwynzu's is actually an item that has been seen in some of her builds, and I would imagine in certain games where that's pickable, it would make sense.
Your dash is an auto attack reset as well.
Yep. And I don't think this is one of those games, to be fair. Probably looking more towards the immediate burst damage than being able to freely hit for, you know, longer periods of time where Guinzoos could get stocks. Probably more of a wit's end type of game. Death Dance, etc.
Sure.
It's all about surviving. Closer to Viego, perhaps. In items.
Viego definitely got to enjoy the Kraken Slayer build for a hot second, but it's gone. It's fun whilst it lasted. I'm excited to see what this Belveth can put in. The most annoying ability for me is that defensive start, so E ability.
Oh.
That was ever so close.
Well
Killer
done.
Instinct away, and he's dodged everything. No dive, no tongue lash, no kill.
Yeah, I mean, that was nicely dodged by Raze, but still had to use the ultimate. Low mana. He's going to have to go back to base, you would expect, but is it overstaying? Because I think he found some honey fruit. Aladoric just hunting. That honey? Oh,
They're all in. They're all
Okay.
in. He has to flash away. The dive is on.
they've got him.
They've absolutely caught him out, and Puma condemns them against the wall on those silver bolts. You know they're guaranteed the kill. They found them up.
Raze baited by honey fruit, right? Herald now on the cards for the Chiefs, however. So if Raze does sacrifice his life for a free objective, you kind of take it, but ultimately you've just given a kill over to a Vayne. You've allowed the Vayne to get a little bit stronger in this game, and there's no immediate transaction to be found from the Herald buff being secured. Still ball in Chiefs court, feeling good about themselves. Order happily scaling, however.
Certainly up. You'd be feeling very happy as an Order fan right now, seeing 3 heavy scaling champions going toe-to-toe at the 15-minute mark, keeping Chiefs in check. That really has been Chiefs' style so far. Every single time we've seen a 15-minute push, and we've been, oh, how far ahead are they this time? If it's not a perfect game, are they up by 3 to 4K? Certainly seems like the prep this time. Order have got their measure.
Herald to be summoned immediately in sight of Kisei going back to base. No teleports to be seen by a Panther in the area, but they're not going to be able to stop the charge from happening, so they will destroy the first turret of the game. Order actually very much grouped here as 5 down mid. Chiefs ready to stand and deliver.
Bio, you know he's going to get himself excited. Headbutt into the wall, on towards the Poon. Layer that with good OCC as well. And in goes Aladoro, looking for multiple men to charm and take on down. Jumping all across the show as Tally is a little bit trying to find that first glacial tomb. He's getting absolutely railed on the side. Self-cast on the ultimate. As the Call of the Forge God goes out, but R2 will not be found. A cleanse there from Kisei running on down. Tally just withering them down with that Leandru. He's got 3 crippled members. All the carries are low. And it's a silver platter now for somebody like Arthur to try and get those resets and claim their souls. Corporal says, I've
How'd he get there?
seen an angle that not even we saw.
He's seen an angle that just doesn't exist. It's really tragic. Kisei going to try and steal this with a big ult, but nice ward from Raze. Has been watching those kiddie educational videos.
No doubt.
Going to force Kisei's hand. He's just going to have to back away. Puma in mid. Didn't use the ultimate, didn't use a single summoner spell, so just keep that in mind. But probably just wants to base anyway. We'll watch this again because it really is a Tally 1v9 angle here at the start of this one. Uses the claw, gets onto Kisei, and kind of prevents any kind of immediate snowballs here. And try as they might to get something done. The Condemn also was dashed away by Aladoric to stop him from going straight into a wall. Or not was nice, but again, there's a battle now on 2 fronts. So many resources went towards getting Tally that they kind of forsake the entire team fight. And Corporal, I mean, words don't really do that justice. But he puts his face in it and finds nothing but death.
Wrong way to say it.
Listen, he had to go. That was one of those, if this is Oz Kick, he'd probably still get a participation award.
Yeah. Sunday League Soccer. Kisei could be in trouble right now. The claw's going to come out once again. He's going to Valkyrie aggressively forwards, but locked straight inside Lyssandra's prison. That's jail time. Bio with a 3-man knockup. Is that enough? No, it's not. Consumed and claimed by Arthur. And Guro just a little bit too late to the party.
I mean, Bio really tries his heart out, but Kisei was already done for. They're going to get the resets on the Viego in the first place, so the fight was kind of fizzled. There was no Vayne to be seen. They try to really cover for the mistake of Kisei ultimately being pressured out. Perhaps they didn't have vision, but they saw it coming, and by the time they realized it was happening, he was already stuck positionally into just dying. My takeaway from that skirmish is Aladoric is just so clean on Rakan. He really does make it seem like the champion is just so smooth, but no one else does that.
Be curious to see how many mastery points he has in that champion. To tell you what, he certainly unlocked that as his characteristic. That is his champion. You know what you get when he's locked that one in. 19 minutes in, happy days for Chiefs, right? I mean, yes, it hasn't been the biggest goal lead, but it hasn't really been a concern. They've been steadily achieving in these team fights. It's been disjointed, but they've been able to find the key targets. That's allowed them to get 3 Drakes back-to-back. They've denied every single Herald. We've yet to truly see this Belveth unlock that true form.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to go Bruises second here as well. Plated Steel Caps, maybe a Death Dance, I think could be the item. You can see the total gold, though. Raze is just skyrocketing through this game. Lots of turrets to go his way. And Gudo is actually third last. Just trying to keep up with the Viego. So absolutely has not snowballed for himself by any means.
Oh, life doesn't get any easier for Kiss. They tried to predict the Valkyrie forward. It doesn't work, but it doesn't matter because they have so much
Corporal saved
CC.
him.
There is the Charm, but there is the Devour. The Time Kench proving invaluable in protecting their side laners.
Yeah, the flash from Corporal to save his mid laner's life. Kisei dodges enough spells to make sure there's no CC lock, and he covers enough distance there to actually get towards it. So, honestly, very well done by Kisei on the uptake to dodge the Sejuani ultimate first and foremost, gets the dash out. And the saving grace comes through from the Tahm Kench pick. We said they want to kite back, right? It's kind of the hole they've been forced into based off their draft. And that's a good example of what is possible for them in terms of kiting. Not damage though.
Pretty what they want at this stage. Chiefs are starting to pull ahead. They're starting to feel comfortable. Starting to feel good. And they're starting to flex their wallet. Have a blue buff, and well, really a minute maybe all it comes down to, right? An Ocean Soul up for grabs here. We saw how strong that was in the previous game.
Yeah, this has actually been, I think, 4 games back-to-back today where the Drake has been like the primary win condition overall, right? Some team has an extremely high amount of Drakes early, forces the map into an earlier state where fighting is required. Fire Panther level 13 would love to wait for another Drake worth of time. Kisei level 12 would love the exact same thing. Puma 1 and now 2 items completed. Has a fighting chance. It's not the Kraken Slayer Vayne, however. It's the Shield Bow. We've got a stopwatch there from Gudo. And we do have summoner spells from a lot of the members here on both teams. Everything available for the Chiefs. Order missing flash on Kisei.
Got the package though. So he's back to this lane in just a moment. Order looking to try and do what they can. Nice little buffer there with the Bellows Breath on towards Fire Panther as he is the focus. He is the target they're after. The kill they're going to try and find. Not going to be found as easily as that Devour. Nice and early on towards Puma. He's topped up and healthy. He's got the ultimate. He's looking to try and run a key target down, but he had to burn the cleanse in that exchange. Still flashes there. The Chiefs were hunting for a pick. Will not find it. Fourth Dragon here to play.
Vayne no ultimate though is extremely killable, so you just have to keep that in mind. No flash on the Corki does mean that there's still an angle, but this package is terrifying, and he's finally got it for the Soul Drake. Tally with a monstrous flank.
Tally with the best flank you ever see right now. Straight in with the Blast Cone. Looking to try and steal this one. It's not going to be taken. No! Yes! Order get it! That's theirs to be taken away. No Ocean Soul to play for tonight. Tally across the wall. Gudo can't chase him. Has to flash across. Bit of an awkward interaction for him. But Puma is doing whatever he can with these Silver Bolts to try and force a bit of a clutch. Both Eddie carries coming into life. He's got the kill on towards Arthur. Raze phase checks, gets the vision,
Gudo.
and gets the double kill. What on earth is going here?
They're both just going to recall. Oh. Okay, they're not just going to recall. Tally's going to change his mind. Surely they know he's at Krugs. But you can't. Interesting. Okay, so the fight's just going to fizzle. Tally will convince that base and make it follow through. Damage in the last team fight, actually. Puma was going insane. I was watching Gudo and Tally just kiting each other constantly because Tally's flank here is huge, right? Gets into the pit. Finds an angle on a Kisei, locks him down, forces the cleanse before the W. But Kisei still gets it off and puts down a lot of damage in this fight. Gudo reset versus Viego reset is kind of the game that you're seeing here. It's Arthur versus Gudo. But Tally's going to kite, and Puma, this is his moment to shine, goes crazy. But he just doesn't have the ultimate, right? If there's an invisibility angle there from Puma, that fight mid never happened. This is legitimately a 1v9 Vayne.
A turning point.
But that's been forced out just minutes prior. And so the fight's completely different.
Look what it means for the aftermath, right? Raze is now 6-1-3. 3 items complete. An absolute terror to try and contend with, but that was close.
They saved the Drake at the very
That
least.
is, yeah, exactly.
They put 5 more minutes on the clock, and we talk about the experience needed for BioPanther, for Kisei, for the composition as a whole. Time is valuable. Chiefs still able to be aggressive and are.
Kelly once again looking on a flank. Gudo playing very defensively at this stage. Right now, the battle of the two reset junglers. But ultimately, they have found the kill they need. Every single time, Chiefs, the aggressors, the one driving forward, one kill is all they need.
That's it. And it basically secures their ability to commence Baron. If they have a control word for the pit, as they do, they'll be able to kick this one off and do it incredibly quick. This teleport from BioPanther has to be almost an immediate ultimate if they want a chance at this. Aladoric no W, but Tally with a massive flank.
All of the forward guard, Tally jumping in, looking for Kisei or Puma. Either or right now, locks it into Kisei. Kisei's just dead, no cleanse this time. That makes it number 7 for Raze. And as a result, they can just absolutely wipe the floor with them. Double kill in the bot lane. Tally rewarded with a kill of his own. The Baron was free before. It's a damn thing for sure this time.
Chiefs just pull them in, they make them work, and they just rinse them. Very nice team fight coming out of them. Simple in execution. Very nice, very elegant play from the Chiefs, right? Again, showing why they are our best team in the league right now. It is a double flank from both Aladoric and Tally. Claw comes in, they bait the engage from BioPanther. Kisei with no cleanse, no flash, and also no ult from Puma, just used in mid lane yet again. Very easy team fight execution when that Vayne's never invisible. You know exactly where he is. One reset on a Viego means you can chase him down with no problem.
Moments like that really have determined the fate of this mid game. And now Chiefs, characteristic to what they've done all split long, a big reason why they are 8-0, now find themselves up by 7,000 gold. A small deterrent by not claiming that Ocean Soul, and yes, there will be time afforded here to Order. But they are going into a stronger team by the minute. Scaling check, I mean, we said before that they're certainly looking strong in that of Gudo, Kisei, and Puma, but it's the timing.
The thing is, right, like the thing that the Chiefs are doing really well is they're not allowing Corki to sit in side lanes. They're not allowing solo experience for this Corki to exist. They are pressuring constantly. They're engaging again.
Raze already in. Raze is literally going for the one-shot 1v1 on towards Puma. Nice devour there from Corporal. Chucks him straight back into the fray of things. That shield is going to expire in just a second, but this time he is the ultimate. On towards the Puma. Turret aggro on his head. He's dead. Now the fight continues. Looking for Aladora. He just gets away, but it's a double kill for Raze. He's now in double digits, 11-1. There we go. And much like the last fight ended, it's Raze and Tally on the scoreboard again.
Yeah, Raze starts it. Raze gets to complete it. Tally had Ignite there as well. That will secure Puma, and they will find themselves potentially able to threaten this. However, there's not a lot of minions.
Got another minion wave coming on through, but Kisei is looking to try and zone them away. He's got the rockets, he's got the damage. Chiefs would have to try and find an angle to collapse upon him before he can rain fire from afar and zone them away. They're on towards Nexus turret number 1.
Corporal's alive.
Make it number 2. Respawns up in 10 to 15 seconds. Chiefs have to disengage away. The dive is on. Flash away. Tally in trouble. Response there from Raze on towards Corporal. Thick skin may just be enough. How interested is Kisei for this? He's got no summoners. Would he dare Valkyrie forward for the big one?
Tally no flash would be really hard to actually find him. If Kisei did find the space to go forwards, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anything beyond the Drake. However, Order straight towards it. Will they get here in time? Gudo is close. He has flash.
Can he steal it again? No, he can't. He's jumped on in. He cannot find it today. Gonna fall on down for this one. In jumps. Well, out goes Corporal rather.
Teleport's coming in.
And has a
Kisei.
meaty TP in the back line there. Where do you go? In goes Tally Tapoon, locks you down with one Glacial Ultimate. Compare that with the Tomb as well. And it is a frozen ending for Order inside their own base.
It's Frosty out here for Kisei. He goes down. No way to stop this push this time around. BioPanther's going to have to ult straight away. But they're going.
They are certainly going in, and Eldor wants to make sure of it right now. Chums them all up and look to try and put a bow on things. They're going to try and end this game. Kisei with a package, but down for 25 seconds. That looks good in theory, but Puma jumps in trying to clutch it, trying to get the Fed one in Raze. It is just not enough. Chiefs at 28 minutes claim the head-to-head 2-0 into Order.
And it felt like a really passive start to the game. There was definitely some hope there for Order. They managed to get to their first item relatively unscathed. They were starting to get some experience, and I feel like 15 minutes of this game was on equal footing. But then the Chiefs just put on the accelerator, find an opportunity, you give them one in, they will take the game. That is just standard Chiefs gameplay. and always felt like they were putting slightly better foot forward than what Order could provide, who were just pressured into the L.
Yeah, it was a rough one for Order there. You know, there were moments for them, but Chiefs just had like everything going for them from the draft. You know, they had what 3, 4 different big CC champs there, and I feel like not only was it champs they were just generally playing anyway, but they all deal with Bel'Veth very well because look, Bel'Veth, you want to get in, you're going to be dropping that E for the defensive stance, stop taking damage, pump out damage yourself. And I don't think I saw Goodo get a good E off in the middle of a fight at any given point. Didn't get to contest objectives, which means he didn't get into his ultimate. So a lot of things not going right for Goodo, which was very unfortunate. And he was, you know, one of the 3 win conditions there. Kisei did a relatively decent job, and Puma as well had like some good moments, but then some unfortunate moments. And there was just so many, you know, balancing acts throughout. Look, 8 kills at 22 minutes is completely polar opposite to the other games we've seen today. But at the same time, you know, every one of these team fights, it just feels like Chiefs were almost in the driver's seat every single time. They knew exactly what they were doing. Even this one, where it looked like Order should have come out on top. Goodo got baited, got kited, didn't end up getting that kill onto Tally, and then the 2 bot laners remaining down there, or bot and Bio rather, managed to lose that one to Raze. Very unfortunate for the bot lane. But look, Chiefs, they're going to be super happy with this performance. It was a scary draft coming out from Order. There was a few things there that, you know, could have put a stop to their plans, could have got a snowball effect going on, but Chiefs never let that happen because they are just insane at the long game.
They're insane in the membrane for sure. I mean, ultimately for them, they were just fighting on cooldown, right? Whenever those big engage tools like the Lissandra, like the Sejuani were there ready to go, they were just going at literally any target. It really didn't matter. And they were able to flex their might that, yes, Order are very strong, but they want the pressure to come towards them and then almost absorb it and fling it right back at them. And
yeah.
You know, there were crucial ultimates, like you mentioned, missing at certain times, right? But I think even above all that, the flanking angles from Talion and Odoric was sublime.
Same way they won the last time they faced as well.
Yeah.
Lissandra,
exactly.
again, 1v9.
Man's just cracked on it. And look, I've got him here for an interview as well. We have Tally on the line to have a quick chat. Now, look, no punching cameras today. You're back with the rest of the boys. You can just, hit him within arm's length, right? So you really let him know when you were isolated the other day, right?
Yeah, I did. But now that we're back together, it's all hugs and kisses with the boys.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Now, look, talk to me. When you saw Bel'Veth locked in, did you guys just go, hey, look, we're going to get some lockdown. We're not going to let him get a roll on. We're just going to play our game. What was the conversation you guys had?
We didn't really talk about it, but it kind of coincided with like our game plan before, where like we just wanted to have a really, really strong early game and get Rift Herald no matter what. And then like they picked Bel'Veth and gave us, and then didn't actually pick to contest us on the Rift Herald. So I think that champion is useless when it doesn't get Rift or like early kills. And it's just going to farm. So, I mean, it was just kind of good for us that they were just picking the scale.
Yeah, it was just rough. I already went over that. I don't know if you could hear us before, but I was talking about how rough it was for Goodo. He got like nothing going for that Bel'Veth pick. By the way, you guys played astronomically today. Good to see Raze on the Kaiser. That was an interesting one. And look, you got some other ankle-breaking moments as well. Talk to me when Goodo was chasing you down through the jungle there when you were going, you know, to the wrong bloody home base. Were you worried? Were you like, oh, he's going to catch me? Or did you just think, nah, he's kited?
I was thinking, wait, can Bel'Veth like queue over this wall? Because I thought he was on the other side of the blast cone, and I was in a blast cone when he went over the wall. So I was just waiting the whole time for him to come over the wall, and I didn't know like he was really low as well. So I don't know. I was just asking if there was any helpers, but only Quinn was alive. So it was a roughie.
It was very good. So that's 1 of 3 wins you're probably looking for here in the Super Week. You know, going into tomorrow, are you excited to get another W, or are you just not getting ahead of yourself too far just yet?
I mean, I'm always excited to get wins, but I'll definitely never ever get ahead of myself again after last split. So always trying my best no matter what.
That's a safe mind state to be in. Now, look, quick question. You know, it is international, you know, stay inside day. It's pretty much stay out of the sun day. I can't actually remember the name of it. But who in the Chiefs' house doesn't go outside, doesn't touch grass? I just want to know really quick.
Probably old mate behind me, Miru.
Yeah?
I think that we've been celebrating National Stay Inside Day for the past like 20 years, so yeah.
Congratulations, Miru. That's beautiful. Well played, well played. Anyway, Tally, congrats on the W. We'll see you tomorrow if you get another win.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
I can confirm that. Getting him to go on a walk was an effort.
Getting him to go on a walk?
Yeah. Well, because players wake up, they roll out of bed, and they start screaming. And it's like, you're not awake for the first 15 minutes of this game. Stop wasting my time.
Yeah.
Go for a walk before your games. And no shot, bro.
Yeah.
No way are they waking up.
Let's hold his hand.
early.
Just go, come on. Come on, Tapoon.
I didn't live with them.
Let's go. Wait, Mira's Arthur, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Look,
Sorry,
we're using other names before my time. I'm just getting...
He's cool like that. He knows them personally.
Anyway, hey,
his real
Skimmy.
name.
I've got my hand over Rusty. Skimmy, who's the Dare MVP? Stop it.
There's a real part of it that just wants to say Raze. Because he absolutely popped off. He had that one moment when he got baited by the fruit. Fair enough, 5 a day. Can't blame that.
Yeah.
There's also a part of me that's kind of like leaning towards the likes of Tally and Aladora with some of these creative as engage angles. I'm really conflicted. What do you think?
Tally.
Oh, you reckon Tally?
I don't know.
Right. I think Ray's had higher KP towards the end.
Sure, but kill participation isn't everything.
If an Eddie carries Killer Instincting in, yeah? If he Killer Instinct in to try and make a fight happen like that at the very end and to try and one-shot the Vayne, Chad, Giga Chad.
Okay.
That's my call.
So who are we going with?
I don't know.
Tally, Raze.
All right. I've got two hands behind my
Oh,
back.
here we go.
Yeah.
This is what it's come down to.
Which hand do you want? My left or your left?
You've associated a name with the hand.
Yes.
My left. You're right.
Tally.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Congratulations,
with that.
Tally. You are the Dare MVP for the game.
Look at that raid boss. Look at him go.
You went absolutely crazy. 2, 1, and 12. A whole lot of setup. A whole lot of kiting and still a decent amount of damage, all things considered. Mans was just a nuisance. Ruined a couple of the setups. But Orders fights definitely just drew a whole lot of attention and just put a bloody, what is it, like a nail in the game plan, just in the side. Just, oof, no game plan for Order today. But look, big game plans for Chiefs. They just got to play, like, out mechanics max everyone. Just, you know, even just their macro, right? Like, he said it themselves. They wanted to play around the Herald. They got to play around the Herald uncontested every single time. So, just got to do it.
I mean, the biggest example of that, right, is when they did go for the Herald played and Order tried to respond in the bot lane and fight and get a kill there. But ultimately, Chiefs has sent members in with TPs and said, you're not gonna find a trade. You're not gonna win here. You're not gonna win there. You are just gonna have to take it as it is. So I thought, yeah, overall, solid game plan there for Chiefs. Identified what was gonna be the weakness or how they wanted to try and approach Order.
Yeah.
And played right into it.
Oh, this is what I do when I'm watching League of Legends. I sit back, relax, and think of, damn, is that the play of the day? Is this the play of the day? Which one's the play of the day? Now, do you guys know what the play of the day is?
Presumably.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Well, let's watch it.
Okay.
Let's have a look at what the play of the day was. It was, in fact, Pentanet's final ace in their game. So it was almost foiled by the big man Voice. So honorable mention to Voice himself. But here you go. It was after
and
the
a 5-man Amumu ult back.
second Elder. Interesting. Where was the 5-man Amumu
At
ult?
the start of the fight, Yuri actually goes in, right, with his ult and then pulls back.
Drags him back.
But Amumu follows dashes.
Yes.
And Yone's pullback is considered a dash. So, like, if this was an even game, Amumu just hit, like, the play of the year ultimate on 5 people, but that just is impossible because they're so far behind. But it was cool.
And Elder. So, look, shout outs to Ali G. Did some great things. Was mispositioned every now and then. And unfortunately,
if Voice won this, though, would have been
it would've
absolutely
been nuts.
hysterical.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about. That would have been the greatest, you know, defense we'd seen.
A 1v5
In a
Penta.
while.
Imagine.
Yeah, legit would have been a 1v5 penta.
Imagine.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's a
He was
highlight reel.
big. He was big that game. By the way, PGG, congrats on your play of the game and your W. Now, let's have a look at the standings where all the teams are sitting after today's games, day 1 of our Super Week here for Split 2. Remember, there's only one Super Week, so this one's extra special this time. And Chiefs, still undefeated. They made it through Order. Let's see if they can make it through another couple of teams. But for now, look, you've got Direwolves and Pentanet just edging away into those second positions. Of course, we kind of expected Peace to be there as well today, but they lost to Kanga. And now Kanga aren't tied 6th with Mammoth. They've knocked them down to 7th. There's a couple of shuffles coming through here, Rusty.
Yeah, a little bit of disparity now between all of the teams and their placements. There's not half the league in second place anymore, which is nice. Lets us actually look like it's a ladder, not just a one-team race. But really, it is still, isn't it, with Chiefs up there? They're
Definitely
commanding.
feels like that. But as Tally said, they're not getting ahead of themselves after what happened last split. Potential for crazy times in playoffs at DreamHack Melbourne. So make sure you're there.
Yes.
Make sure you get those tickets. But let's have a look at tomorrow's games for Week 5, Day 2. What have we got in store for us? All right, 6 p.m, Peace and Mammoth. We'll see if Peace can bounce back after the L
Hey, if
today.
any team's going to break the Chiefs' win streak,
Yeah. Hey, no, yeah, don't get ahead of you. 7 p.m, Order and
You're in
Pentanet,
the
the
flow.
match of the week. Match of the week there for
True.
the second game of the day. Make sure you're here watching
Banger.
that one because it's going to be a banger. Chiefs and Gravitas is that third game at 8 p.m. As Rusty mentioned,
the match of the week.
Match of the week,
his
Chiefs versus
personal
Gravy.
match of the week. And 9 p.m, final game of the day, we've got Direwolves and Kanga ready to rock, which will be interesting because Kanga beat Peace today. So maybe there's a chance that they can knock down Direwolves too.
I think there could be almost a tie for second most exciting game of the day because Direwolves, you'd look at the Super Week and say that strength of schedule should favour them to continue being in second, at least to close it out going into Week 6. But Kanga, if they can really showcase that, you know, these kind of results aren't just a phase or a fluke, then hey, we're in. I don't know what you're doing, so I'm just lost.
Me, I actually was trying to do a bit and I put 5 gum on my chest so I could be like, hey, wow, what's that doing there? But it fell down because I don't wear a bra, so that kind of happens. Either way, 5 gum time. So I'm going to chew this just after we end the broadcast, which isn't too far off. You know, it's actually just around the corner. But I have to ask you guys one question.
Okay,
What's
Are
that?
you excited for Day 2 of the Super Week?
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Today's games were good. Like fun, if nothing else, they were fun.
They were
a lot of
fun.
surprises.
A lot more aggression.
Entertainment. Day 1, absolute bangers. Day 2 going to be just as fun. Let's see if Mac gets coerced in interviews to change his predictions again. Who knows? But for now, I'm going to chew my 5 gum. That's it for the LCO, delivered by Menulog. See you same time, same place here tomorrow for more entertainment.
Oh, having enough. They're not going to get the kill that they're after. Poltron still with the Ignite God. Oh, they're going to find the kill anyway. Dante don't miss. Okay, Dante.
Dante aggressively dashing forward for the kill. He was like almost posturing that you can't catch me, but then really felt himself. Dante, you monster!
Dante don't miss.
Tingsing, has he done enough to try and swing the tides of this fight? It's a 4v5, let's not forget, but they're winning right now. But they found the hook! They found the twitch! Alimus is dead, he burnt the flash, he burnt the hill, but he didn't survive, and that's a big deal. Kanga still pressing forward, a shutdown for Tien, but he's dead for 40 seconds. A flash forward as Foreigner claims 3! Now 5-1, he wants the quads, he wants the ace. That's what he'll get.
And he'll get 4. Lisa, the only person.
Bandage Toss took him on an absolutely magical journey, but one that doesn't have much magic for him to be happy about. It's a disaster for Mammoth in this situation. The Elder, literally just before it expires, zaps them in their face. And Voice goes in and with that killer instinct and does just that, finds one, hunting for a second prey to Golden, but
Voice
falls
has
on
3.
down. Voice doing whatever he can in a clutch situation.
got
Can he get
4?
4? The GA's being propped on either side. Winter has to lock them down with a demon item. That he certainly does. Drag him back with a claw.
He's finally got it for the Soul Drake. Tally with a monstrous flank.
Tally with the best flank you ever see right now. Straight in with the blast cone. Looking to try and steal this one. It's not going to be taken. No! Yes! Order get it! That's theirs to be taken away. No Ocean Soul to play for tonight. Tally across the wall. Goodo can't chase him. Has to flash across. Bit of an awful interaction for him. But Puma is doing whatever he can with these silver bolts to try and force a bit of a clutch. Both AD carries coming into live. He's got the kill him towards Arthur. Raise face check.
Hey, look, Menu Pog.
Hey guys, it's Kitty here.
Hey, Kitty.
Hi, Kitty.
Hey. As you all know, I've demoted out of Challenger as of last week, and I'm now too low elo to join the analyst couch.
That's true.
Wait, I just want to fold my legs for
Mac is challenger.
It's true, it is.
Yeah.
Nerfing.
I am currently 50 LP away from grinding back Challenger, so please send your best wishes and pray that I'll be back soon. Best wishes, a Grandmaster player.
I love the music. I love the music.
Imagine not being Challenger. I'm laughing at you, Twitch chat. I'm laughing at myself
True.
too.